So how do we handle a child with autism having a tantrum? And I think the way to look at it is, how do we handle a tantrum firstly? You know, some of those techniques of ignoring, for example, or holding, or actually the most important is getting down to why this child is having a tantrum, for example. And I think with children with autism, because they have social and language communication issues, they are more easily frustrated, and that's a huge piece of the reason why they're having a tantrum, or a possible reason. So preempting it, or getting to understand what's causing the tantrum. Is it a valid communication issue? Is there discomfort? Is it when a child who wants sameness and you're changing their behavior in a way that they don't want changed? They want to stay with the activity, for example. Or is it just being oppositional, which is what a lot of kids do? You know, they want what they want. And how do we work with redirecting them? Well, as I said, get to what is bothering your child, and then there are strategies based on that you can possibly, for example, redirecting them, having a timer, and giving them transition time, helping them sensory regulate. A lot of times kids having tantrums just need to be held tightly, and some kids need to be ignored. Let them have their meltdown as long as they're not hurting themselves. That's the typical way that parents are told about tantrums, that is really considered bad behavior. But with kids with the autism, I would be a little bit more sensitive to the fact that these children have communication issues, and a lot of their tantrums comes from frustration and not just a matter of being oppositional. Sometimes a tantrum could be pain, and they're having reflux, and something is hurting them, and we can, misunderstand that as a tantrum. So look as to, it's a matter of analyzing each behavior, seeing what caused it, what made it go away, and that'll help you prepare for next time, preventing that happening possibly. Some kids get soothed by rocking and holding, and you have to know your child individually to see what works with that tantrum. Because a tantrum, I hear, is like a cry for help or frustration. It is a communication, and we need to understand that communication. It is uncomfortable. You want to make sure the child is safe and people around are safe. Children often having tantrums not only can throw themselves on the floor, start self-mutilating and hurting themselves, or throwing chairs and toys, or hurting other siblings, for example. And I think that's where limit setting is important, holding the child so that he is safe or she is safe, and being very clear and structured so you can help the child calm themselves down and self-regulate and actually deal with what the issue is. And if it's a tantrum about wanting more of that ice cream, for example, or something that the child wants, well, you deal with your regular child, and you sort of have to deal with some of the frustration that's part of life. But as long as you're not missing out on some core discomfort or frustration, that can really be addressed, and the tantrums can hence be minimized.